Across the seemingly calm oceans, where giant aircraft carriers project power across the globe, two other warships have quietly reshaped the balance of power on this planet. One of them is known as the most powerful electronic brain ever placed on water. The other was engineered from the keel up to survive even when hundreds of missiles rained down at once. They are the Ticonderoga-class cruiser and the Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. If you've ever wondered what protects U.S. aircraft carriers in the world's most dangerous waters, the answer lies in these two incredible ships. Let's start with the Ticonderoga, the commanding brain of the fleet. This class of ship was born near the end of the Cold War. The U.S. Navy faced a terrifying new threat: massive waves of Soviet anti-ship missiles designed to overwhelm and sink its carrier strike groups. A new kind of ship was needed, not just a fighter, but a commander. One that could see everything, think faster than any human, and direct a fleet-wide air defense battle. The heart of the Ticonderoga is the legendary Aegis combat system, paired with its powerful SPY-1 radar. Imagine for massive radar arrays built into the ship's superstructure, constantly scanning the skies in every direction. This system allows the Ticonderoga to track hundreds of targets simultaneously from sea-skimming missiles just feet above the waves. Two ballistic missiles arcing through the upper atmosphere. It's like having a 360-degree all-seeing eye that never blinks. But seeing the enemy is only half the battle. You have to be able to fight back. And this is where the Ticonderoga's firepower comes into play. It's armed with 122 vertical launch system cells, or VLS. Think of these as a grid of armored missile silos embedded in the ship's deck. From these cells, the Ticonderoga can launch an astonishing variety of weapons. For air defense, it has the SM-2 and the advanced SM-6 missiles, capable of shooting down enemy aircraft and cruise missiles from hundreds of miles away. For threats coming from space, it can launch SM-3 interceptors. It's designed to hunt and destroy ballistic missiles outside the Earth's atmosphere. This capability makes the Ticonderoga a critical part of America's missile defense shield. If the mission is to strike targets deep inland, it can fire Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles, traveling over 1,000 miles with pinpoint accuracy. And to hunt enemy submarines lurking in the depths, it carries a SROC anti-submarine rockets. For over 3 decades, the Ticonderoga has been the undisputed king of air defense, the central nervous system that guards the entire fleet. But if the Ticonderoga is the brain, then the Arleigh Burke-class destroyer is the fleet's frontline warrior, the relentless survivor. Its design philosophy was forged in the fires of a brutal conflict thousands of miles away. The Falklands War in 1982. During that war, the world watched in shock as modern warships, like the British destroyer HMS Sheffield, were crippled or sunk by a single missile hit. The lesson was clear and terrifying. Naval warfare had changed. Survivability was no longer just a feature, it was everything. So, when U.S. Navy engineers sat down to design their next destroyer, they had one guiding principle: this ship must survive. Yet, it must be able to take a punch, stay in the fight, and protect the fleet at all costs. The result was the Arleigh Burke class. Unlike previous ships, its superstructure was made entirely of steel, not aluminum, to better resist fire and damage. The hull was designed with advanced compartmentalization, meaning if one section is breached, the flooding can be contained, allowing the ship to keep fighting. It features advanced, automated fire suppression systems that can extinguish blazes in seconds. Even the ship's vital combat information center is buried deep within the hull, protected by layers of steel. And like the Ticonderoga, the Arleigh Burke is armed to the teeth. Depending on the specific flight or version, it carries between 90 and 96 VLS cells. This gives it a formidable arsenal for air defense, land attack, and anti-submarine warfare. But the Burke is also a master of ship-to-ship combat, armed with Harpoon anti-ship missiles. Its combination of survivability and firepower makes it one of the most versatile warships ever built. With over 70 ships constructed and more on the way, it is the largest and most successful modern destroyer class on Earth, serving as the backbone of the U.S. Navy and several allied nations. So how do these two powerful ships work together? In a typical U.S. carrier strike group, you'll find the aircraft carrier at the center, the most valuable asset. Positioned near the carrier is the Ticonderoga-class cruiser. From here, it acts as the air and missile defense commander. Its powerful SPY-1 radar scans the operational area, detecting and tracking every potential threat. Its advanced computers process this vast amount of data, creating a complete picture of the battlefield. It then assigns targets to the other ships in the fleet. Forming defensive layers around this central command post are the Arleigh Burke-class destroyers. They are the sentinels, the interceptors. When the Ticonderoga detects an incoming wave of missiles, it can task several Burkes to engage them. One destroyer might fire its SM-6 missiles to intercept the high-altitude threats, while another focuses on the low-flying sea skimmers. This creates a multi-layered, overlapping shield of defense. The brain, the Ticonderoga, directs the battle, while the warriors, the Arleigh Burkes, execute the plan, intercepting threats from all directions. Together, they form a nearly impenetrable barrier of steel and fire that makes American aircraft carriers some of the most heavily defended military assets in history. Today, the naval landscape is changing once again. The venerable Ticonderoga-class cruisers, having served for decades, are gradually being retired. Their role as the fleet's primary air defense commander is being passed on, but their legacy is undeniable. They prove the concept of an all-seeing, all-fighting command ship. Meanwhile, the Arleigh Burke class continues to evolve. The newest versions, known as Flight 3, are being equipped with the brand-new SPY-6 radar. This next-generation system is dramatically more sensitive than its predecessor, capable of detecting targets that are smaller and farther away. Crucially, it's designed to track the latest threats, including highly maneuverable hypersonic weapons. The warrior is getting an even sharper set of eyes. The story of the Ticonderoga and the Arleigh Burke is the story of modern naval warfare. One was designed to think, the other to survive. One directed the battle, the other fought on the front lines. Two ships, two different philosophies, but one shared mission: to control the seas and protect the fleet. The legacy they've built together has defined naval power for a generation, and their influence will continue to be felt on the high seas for many years to come. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this look at naval power fascinating, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most incredible technology and military hardware. See you next time.